Good morning. Today we are going to see about a most important topic in the partnership. So in partnership we have about three things, that is admission, retirement, death and resolution. Of that, admission is the most important thing which we are going to concentrate in few classes henceforth. Okay, so in admission of the partnership you have 6 steps in order to do a sum. Okay, so each step is going to be in detail. We are going to see in each and every video, one by one video. Okay, so there are about 6 steps in doing an admission of partnership problem. First step is we need to calculate the new ratio and the sacrificing ratio. In this calculation of the new ratio and sacrificing ratio, we have 4 methods. Next, we have the second step. We are going to know about the treatment of the goodwill. When a new partner is coming in, what is the amount of the premium of the goodwill is going to bring in, and in this there are about 6 methods. We are going to see in detail about each and everything. The third step is revaluation of assets and liabilities, and we are going to prepare the revaluation account. Then the fourth step is adjustment of reserves and accumulated losses. You are going to see, and there you might have sometimes workman compensation. That is what I have written in short, WCF, and next one is investment fluctuation fund. Next, the fifth step, the most important step in an admission sum is adjustment of the capital. Here you are going to see about in 2 methods. Then the last step is nothing but opening of the capital account, partners capital account, and the balance sheet. So this is the 6 steps which we are going to see in detail, each and everything, and different methods which are there. Then we will proceed about in doing the sums. Okay, so moving on to the calculation of the new ratio, that is what I have written in short form, NR, that is new ratio, and sacrificing ratio is the first step. In this video we will see about how to calculate the new ratio and the sacrificing ratio in 4 different methods. Okay, so moving on to the first most important step in each and every problem. This will be the most first important step which we are going to see about. Okay, so first initially we are going to see about admission of a partner, and we are going to know how to calculate the new profit sharing ratio. This new profit sharing ratio is nothing but we are going to calculate using 4 different methods. Okay, so the formula for it is the old ratio minus new ratio. If you get it as a positive figure, it means a partner is sacrificing, and if we get the answer to be a negative figure, then it means it's a gaining ratio. So we are going to see in each and every method how to calculate the new ratio. Either it will be a sacrificing ratio or gaining ratio. When, see, for example, in a partnership, when any partner is coming in, for example, C is the incoming partner, A and B are the old partner. So this is what the story around we will be revolving. So A and B are the old partners, and C is being admitted for a new share. And how in different cases we are going to calculate the new ratio, sacrificing ratio, everything we are going to see. So there are 4 methods, different way in which the sum will be. So in first method, it will be a situation where the old ratio, that is the old partner ratio, will be given. A and B, for example, 5:3 will be given, and C is being admitted for 1/4 share, it will be given. Then how to calculate the new ratio and sacrificing ratio we are going to see. So in each and every case, the sacrificing ratio will be there in admission 90%, but sometimes some partner might gain also because a new partner is coming. In such a case, the answer will be negative, and you will call it to be a gaining ratio and not a sacrificing ratio. So that is the first understanding you should know about. Okay, so in first method it will be a simple, and 80% of the sum will be this method. A and B ratio, old ratio will be given. C is admitted for 1/4 share, it will be given as it is. Then no other information will be given. It's a simple thing where there is no word as to surrender sacrifice, all those stuff will be given. So it will be simple as such. In such a case, you have to calculate the first step is remaining ratio. See, C ku 1/4 we are going to give. So the remaining ratio will be 3/4. And we are going to calculate the new ratio. New ratio for A, B and C we are going to calculate. For A it will be, you will write whatever the old ratio is, 5/8. And for B it is 3/8 into remaining ratio. When we have given 1/4 to C, the remaining part is 3/4. You are going to multiply this 3/4 and find out what is the new ratio. So it will be 15 into 32. For B it will be 3/8 into the remaining part 3/4. So it will be 9/32. Then for C it will be 1/4. We have to equalize the denominator so that it will be equal. So how to equalize now? See, it's 4 here, the denominator. So if I multiply into 8/8, all the denominator will be equalized. So it will be 8/32. So my new ratio will be 15:9:8 in this case. Okay, so where the sum is very simple as such. In these cases, old ratio will be equal to the sacrificing ratio. So old ratio and sacrificing ratio both are same under this first category, first method, where the 90% of the sum will be. So it will be old ratio will be equal to sacrificing ratio. If you just go and check out by applying the formula old ratio minus new ratio, you will get the same answer, 5:3 also. Same thing as our old ratio. So under first method, old ratio will be equal to sacrificing ratio. You have to calculate the new ratio and keep it like this. Okay, next, this is what is first method, simple, and 80% of the sum will be like this. Next, we will move on to the second most important method, where the word, you will have the 3 different words like takes, acquires, sacrifice will be given in the sum. Okay, so for example, they would have informed you A and B, the ratio, sharing ratio and 2:1. He takes, the incoming partner is been admitted for 1/4 share, which he takes. The word will either any one of the word will be takes, acquires, the sacrifice word will be there. Take, acquire, sacrifice, and particular ratio will be given 3:2. So what happened? A and B sacrifice in 3:2 ratio to C. This is what the information is. Here we have to calculate first sacrificing ratio. It's 3:2 only, but what is the factor we need to know? Okay, so for some time, for applying some goodwill calculation at all, we have to apply this factor only. So it's better to calculate the sacrificing ratio every time. So first step, you calculate the sacrificing ratio for A and B. So it will be old ratio, that is old ratio is what, 2:1, right? So for A it will be is 2:1 is the old ratio. It takes 3:2 of 1/4 share is what, that is C share they are giving in 3:2. So it will be 1/4 into this sacrificing part 3/5. Then 1/4 into 2/5 you have to do. Okay, so you will get one factor. This is factor is what they are sacrificing to the incoming partner. So the C ku A and B is going to sacrifice these 2 parts, and because of that fellow is coming in. Okay, so A ku C oda share into the sacrificing part 3/5. B ku C oda share 1/4 into the sacrificing part. You will have one factor. This is the first step you have to do. Then you have to go and find out the new ratio. New ratio, you will find out, it will be old ratio minus sacrificing ratio is the formula. So it will be A, B, C we are going to calculate. For A it will be 2/3, that is the old ratio, minus the sacrificing part. If you have to write it 3/20, not 3/5, it will be 3/20. You have to write it. You have to find the LCM, which is 60. Then cross multiply, it will be 40 minus 9, and you will get a factor 31/60. Okay, then same way for B you will do it. 1/3 is the old ratio minus the sacrificing part 2/20. Okay, you can't take 2/5 as such. It should be the factor, full factor, 2/20. Again same way LCM you will take LCM 60, cross multiply 20 minus 6 will get 14 by 60. Then same way 1 by 4, just equalize the denominator. So how I will equalize it? Here denominator is 14. So it will just multiply by 15 by 15. I will equalize the denominator. So it will be 60, 15 by 60. Okay, it's 16 by 50. So my new ratio will be 31 as to 14 as to 50. This is my new ratio. Okay, then this is how in this second method 3 words will be there. First you have to find out the sacrificing part. From old ratio subtract the sacrificing part, find the LCM, cross multiply and find the new ratio. Okay, next third method. Under the third method there will be only one int word, that is when you read the sum the int word will be surrender. Okay, so it means what? A would have surrendered, B would have surrendered, A and B will surrender. That information will be there. So in this case the old ratio will be given where A and B share old ratio 3:2. C is admitted for a ratio will not be there in this case. Okay, it will be missing, but the other information would have been given to you the other way round. A surrender 1/5, B surrender 2/5, they would have given. You will go and find out what is the incoming partner's new profit sharing ratio. Okay, so this is the int of the third method or third method of the sum. So when you read the sum, all these things will be there. So in this case, when there is a surrender, then you will recognize it to be a third method. In first step, you will find out sacrificing ratio as usual. So how will you find out the sacrificing ratio? You will find out the sacrificing ratio first for A and B. That is, you will write the old ratio here. Last method la we have written the C order ratio. Now you will write the their own ratios, old ratio. A na A oda old ratio, B na B oda old ratio. You will write it. Then what they surrender to C, you will multiply that factor. So here the old ratio is 3/5, 2/5 you will write it. And the surrender part, whatever is given in the sum, you have to write it. So it will be into 1/5. B have surrendered 2/5. That factor copy from the question paper correctly and multiply it. And from the question correctly and multiply it. You will get the sacrificing part of A. Just multiply it. It will be 3/25. For B it's 4/25. So the sacrificing ratio is 3:4 in this case. Okay, it's not 1:2, it's 3:4 is the sacrificing ratio. Now we will go and find out the new ratio. Okay, so new ratio la you will find out for A, B, C same way. You will write the old ratio, subtract your sacrificing factor, their full ratio you will write 3/25. You will take LCM 25, cross multiply it and you will get 12/25. Same way 2/5 you will write it minus your sacrificing part of the B and you will cross multiply it and you will write it. Then for C, it's not given, right? He is going to get from A that 3/25, from B 4/25. So you will add these two things together and you will write 7/25. Okay, is that clear? So under the third method, the input will be surrender and definitely C order share will be missing. But instead they would have given you other inputs like A has surrendered so much, B has surrendered. So first we will find out the sacrificing part, that is sacrificing ratio. Then from old ratio you will subtract the sacrificing ratio, take the LCM and find out what is the new ratio. Okay, is that clear? Next we will move on to the next most important part, that is the fourth method. Okay, so again this fourth method is also quite very very frequently asked. First and fourth method is what is frequently is being given in an 8 marks sum when we take CBSE 12th standard or in the colleges partnership exam or for CA anything. This first method and fourth method is quite commonly asked. Okay, so in this fourth method it's a sum where a new ratio will be given. Okay, so in the sum, when you read the sum, new ratio would have been given to you. You need to calculate the sacrificing ratio. Okay, so but sometimes when they want to test it to you very well, then there might be gaining partner also in this category. So here that part we will see later. Okay, now the simple way of sum, if they given you the ratio directly, just calculate the sacrificing ratio. Sum will be very easy. So your old ratio will be given A and B 3:2 and new ratio 5:3:2. Direct they would have given. So simple, go and calculate what is the sacrificing ratio. Sacrificing ratio in this case will be old ratio minus new ratio. So for A, old ratio is 3/5 minus new ratio is 5/10. Only old partner will be sacrificing. Okay, so only A and B I have written. So it just cross multiply, take the LCM, you'll have 1/10. Same way for B, old ratio you will write 2/5 minus 3/10 is the new ratio. Take the LCM, cross multiply it, then you will have the sacrificing ratio to be 1. So in this case, sacrificing ratio is 1:1. Okay, so here both the partner have sacrificed. We got a positive answer. See, okay, so in this method it's simple. Okay, sometimes very rarely the sum might be complicated where any of the partner might gain because of the new person coming in. For example, if they are 3 partners, see, for in this case there are 3 partners A, B, C, 5:4:1 they are sharing. Now 2 partner is been admitted. Yeah, D and E is been admitted, and they would have given you the ratio 3:4:2:2:1. So now we will go and find out what is the sacrificing ratio. Okay, so here the sacrificing ratio for A, B, C I am going to calculate. So what is the formula? OR minus NR, that is old ratio minus new ratio. Right, for A, old ratio is 5/10 minus new ratio 3/12. Okay, same way for B 4/10 minus 4/12. For C 1/10 minus 2/12. Take LCM, cross multiply it and find the sacrificing part. Okay, so for the A it will be 30/120. So when you just check it out, it's a positive figure. It means that fellow is sacrificing. Then next for B, same way, cross multiply it and find out. You will get 8/120. So here also the same way, it's positive only we are getting, so it means B is also sacrificing because of the 2 fellow who's coming in. In the third case, when you just take LCM 120, cross multiply it, you can see 12 minus 20. So it means what? You are getting a minus 8/120. You are getting it and minus positive figure. You are getting a negative figure. Negative irukla. So it negative na, that C fellow is gaining because of D and E is being admitted into the partnership. So this is what is very important concept in admission. Sometimes, rarely, you might have a partner who's gaining because of the admission also. Okay, usually retirement la it will be gaining, but in admission also there might be a rare case a particular partner gain because of admission of any particular partner, like this. Okay, so these are the 4 different methods of calculating the new ratio. So today class we have seen only 4 methods of admission, calculation of the new ratio and sacrificing. So first method la simple sum, 80% of the sum will be like this. So where you will have simple, it will be A, B, C, A and B old ratio, C is coming for 1/4, 1/5 and the madri it will be. In this case old ratio is equal to sacrificing ratio. Second method la take, acquire, sacrifice word will be there. Appo sacrificing part into the incoming new partner you will multiply and you will find out, then apply the formula old ratio minus sacrificing ratio and find out. Third method int word will be surrender. So surrender and the word will be there, and the surrender word which you will calculate the sacrificing ratio. So surrender value into old ratio you will do. Okay, so that is what you should remember in the third method. You will find out the sacrificing part, same way you will find out the new ratio. Okay, then fourth new ratio will be given to you in the sum, so you will calculate just the sacrificing ratio alone, which is old ratio minus new ratio. You will get all the time positive figure, which means the person is sacrificing. But sometimes you can get a negative figure also in the factor, which means if you get a negative figure, that particular partner is gaining, it is the meaning to it. Okay, so with this we will stop for the time being. Okay, so in next video we will see about the next few steps. Okay, thank you.